If you love liberty, declare your independence by signing the Shire Society Declaration at shiresociety.com.
Welcome to the 2017 Libertarian Party of New Hampshire Annual Convention. We will now begin with a report from our regional LNC director, Patrick McKnight, who just drove up from New Jersey, which is probably the best thing that one can do, is leave New Jersey. We hope that you wind up staying, Patrick. Come on out and give Patrick a round of applause.
I stayed, you can too.
Thanks, Daryl. It's great to be here. It's great to see such a nice crowd. It's always great to get out of a police state. And actually, here's a fun fact. New Jersey is #1 for immigration, for people leaving the state. And the reason isn't that there isn't enough government or there isn't enough taxes. It's because there's too much. So people vote with their feet. And I think that's why so many people are coming here to New Hampshire, because you have, at least in the relative to the Northeast, a high degree of freedom. People want that. Everyone loves freedom. Freedom's popular. And I think our party has a lot of momentum coming off of last year. I think we have a lot of work to do. It was a pleasure to meet a lot of you in Orlando at the convention where I began representing our region. Region 8 is New Jersey, New York, and New England. There's a total of 8 regions represented on the LNC. A question you might have is, what does the LNC do? That's a good question. Sometimes not a whole heck of a lot, it seems like. But what I focus on is affiliate support. I serve on the affiliate support committee. In my experience, I think when good things happen for the Libertarian Party, it's because we have strong state affiliates like New Hampshire or New Jersey. Unfortunately, the way our party is structured, I analogize it to more like the Articles of Confederation than the Constitution. So if something good is going to happen, it's going to happen locally. And I think that is happening here in New Hampshire. Yeah, I'm very proud to represent this state. You guys have done a tremendous job in the past year. It's very exciting. I mean, Caleb and Max, and it's great to be here. I was up here in, I guess, June for Pork Fest. This is such a beautiful state, and I know personally a lot of people who have left New Jersey and moved here, and they're like, why are you still there? And I'm like, well, I don't really know. I mean, but I'm very proud of what we've done in New Jersey. We just had our convention, nominated our gubernatorial candidate, Peter Rorman. In the past year, we doubled our paid membership and our registered voters, so that's exciting. But in terms of the LNC, I know a lot of people get frustrated with it, and myself included, but I think there's a lot of great people there. Sometimes I think we suffer from a lack of direction. Sometimes it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen like 5-year-olds playing soccer where there's like 20 people around the ball trying to kick it and nothing happens. Sometimes that's how the party works, I feel like, at the national level. There's not enough delegation of responsibility. But I think we have some great people on the committee this year, and it's very important to me that if you ever have a concern or you want to make a motion or you want me to make a motion for you, just contact me. I try to be as responsive as I can. I know I've gotten emails from many of you, and I try to get back to you as soon as I can and be as helpful as I can. But I think it's exciting. Our membership is up. It grew tremendously during 2016. We received a ton of press. I know you guys did a great job up here getting press for Gary Johnson and your local candidates, and that was very exciting. You guys got a ton of votes for Gary up here. That was very exciting. And I think the future's bright, but I think we have a lot of work to do, and I think we have some problems as a party. I think one of the problems we have is messaging and communication. We have impeccable principles, but we're still learning how to communicate them to large numbers of people. And I think we're getting better at that. But I think we have a long way to go. And what I try to stress is that when it comes to principle, I mean, we win. There's really no contest in terms of the biggest 3 parties there's only one party with principle, and that's us. I think where we struggle is communicating how those principles apply to people, because I think ultimately politics is about people. And when people vote, they do it because they like you as a person, or they make a decision based on emotion And I think a lot of times we're all guilty of just beating people over the head with logic and reason and facts, which you'd think would be pretty persuasive. You know, like, you know, our debt's now $20 trillion and growing, our children are gonna have to pay for that. That makes no sense. Unfortunately, you read off those numbers, it doesn't connect with people on a human level. And you see what Republicans and Democrats do is they tell stories. They love to tell, I met this person and she's struggling. And that people connect with that narrative and that emotion. And I think if we could take our principles, not water them down one bit, but learn how to communicate them in a way that connects with people on an emotional level and on a human level, we're unstoppable, and the sky is the limit for the future of our party. So if there's time, I'd like to open up the floor. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them about how the National Committee works or doesn't work, as the case may be. Anything you would like to see from me or the National Committee. My job is basically, I'm here to serve you and help your state affiliate grow. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Yes,
You guys
sir.
do
If
any
you
sort
could use the
of,
microphone, please.
I don't think it's on.
If you could use the
on.
microphone.
See if there's a switch on.
There should be a switch on top of it.
That's on.
test 1, 2, 3.
No.
Test 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Hold the button. Do you guys do any sort of online availability of your meetings for membership so that we can have a little more insight into what's going on?
Yes, so we've been live streaming our meetings. I know the last meeting was live streamed, so you can definitely, I don't think it's on the website, but I know the Radical Caucus in particular has been live streaming everything that we do, and there has been a big push this year for transparency at all levels, and I think that's great. I don't think there's any such thing as too much transparency. So yes, and there's also, I should stress, a lot of ways to get involved. There's a number of committees that, that as long as you're a member, you're able to join on, and those committees have a lot of discretion. I mean, I think the party, I look at the party now as sort of like a startup company where we're still very small, and if you want to get involved and be a leader, you can do that, and you can have a very big impact on the future and the direction of the Libertarian Party. So I definitely encourage you to do that. If you want to get involved, please get in touch with me today. I would be happy to help make that happen. Any other questions? I know you guys have a lot of business here.
Rich has a question.
Let's go.
Hey, Rich.
So I understand you are on a couple standing committees for the LNC. Has anything been done with them so far this term?
So I'm on the affiliate support committee, and one thing that I've been working on is starting a newsletter for state chairs, and I sent the first one out in January. I need to get another one out this month, because what I've observed is that in a lot of states, people sort of get roped into being the state chair, states that are less organized in New Jersey or New Hampshire, and they may not have a lot of experience running an organization. They may need help supporting candidates. I mean, being a state chair, as you know, is a ton of work. It's a thankless job, and there's so many different moving parts that you have to manage, and it's a lot for any one person. So I'm trying to give state chairs the tools they need to succeed in their state and help the party grow. That, I think, I mean, that's what I've been working on personally. I think that's probably the most important thing that the Affiliate Support Committee has been working on. Also helping specific states that have sort of been behind the curve, that haven't been organized. There's a few states that have sort of, were off the radar for a couple years, and we've been trying to give them the support they need to get on track.
And when's the next LNC meeting?
The next LNC meeting is Easter weekend in Pittsburgh, and they're open to anyone. So if you want to come hang out and participate, we'd love to have you. And also, I should say thank you to Rich for his service on the LNC. He was my predecessor. I have big shoes to fill. My term, I guess my term is up a year from this May. It's a 2-year term, and if you want to get involved, like I said, it's very easy to do. And I don't think this is big deal, but I'm not going to be serving again on the LNC. I'm very happy to do 2 years, but in another year, we're going to need someone to represent Region 8. And what I always say to the committee, and sometimes it falls on deaf ears, is I feel like, and maybe this is just me, that the party hasn't done a whole lot to support our region, the northeastern United States. I've always felt like we focus on the South and the West, and we don't put a lot of resources here because we just sort of think, well, this is the Northeast. I think that's a huge mistake. I think the Northeast is where a disproportionate amount of the population is, a disproportionate amount of money, a disproportionate amount of the media, and so with all those things goes with political power. And I don't think we should just be ceding the Northeast to the Republicans and Democrats. I think we should be competing here, and that's something I've said over and over again. I said that in my pitch to try to get some support for Tom Simmons that was not adopted. So that I would love to see that. I think the Northeast should be a priority for that. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. Please come over and say hi, and it's great to be here.
Thank you, Patrick. And before I introduce our next speaker, I want to make sure that I mention the silent auction.
We'd like to invite you to visit freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.
I should be in Keene, New Hampshire with the Free Staters.